After Luo Feng killed 2 demons, 13 pinky evils have become 11 pinky evils, then lifted with one hand, instantly engulfed in golden flame, whispered softly, Star of Doom, return to its place. Looked again at Fifth Girl and said, let's battle. At this moment, Fifth Girl's gaze towards Luo Feng changed. Because at this moment, Luo Feng was full of a domineering aura that seemed to look down on the world. Iron Skin clenched his fists excitedly. Star of Doom has returned. The boss is finally back. Judge also sighed. Yeah, I always felt that something was missing from the boss compared to before. It turns out it was missing the unstoppable killing intent from the past, the arrogance of being invincible and dominating the world, and the king's aura that overlooks the world. The boss has been silent for too long. Hopefully, this 13 pinky evils, to thoroughly stimulate the fighting spirit in the boss's heart. Fifth Girl was also furious. She shouted loudly, Sisters, let's attack together. Kill him for me. Only to see all the members of the red makeup group attacking Luo Feng instantly. Then they immediately released poisonous gas from their hands. They pulled out sharp knives one after another with a clanging sound. The demons once again raised their hands and sang together towards the sky. Black smoke billowed into the sky. A large pink skull appeared above Luo Feng's head. At this moment, Luo Feng clenched his fist and a golden light exploded. Then he raised his fist, surrounded by colorful light. He punched towards the pink skull in the sky. At this moment, the witches were constantly changing positions above Luo Feng. Luo Feng at this moment was like a crouching eagle, staring closely at its prey. A fist blasted out with a burst of light, instantly sending several female demons flying backwards, jumping up and attacking the fish that slipped through the net. The fist shimmered with golden light and showed no mercy. A punch landed. Even the ground cracked open with fissures. After the last which was dealt with, Luo Feng slowly descended to the ground. Fifth Girl watched as the 13 pinky evils she had painstakingly assembled were effortlessly dealt with by Luo Feng. Shouted in horror, Who are you exactly? Luo Feng looked at Fifth Girl and said, I will not change my name or my surname. My name is Luo Feng. At this moment, Fifth Girl quietly reached into her waist. Only 3 mini skull beads appeared in her hand. Fifth Girl gritted her teeth and said, Zijing Luo Feng. I, Fifth Girl, will not rest until you are dead. Then she immediately threw 3 mini skull bullets at Luo Feng, who covered his face and stepped back in a hurry.
Boom, 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 3 explosions sounded.
Black smoke instantly shrouded the entire hero stage. Soon, there came Fifth Girl's voice from the air. Luo Feng, you wait for me. I will come back for revenge. Definitely. Luo Feng hastily shouted, Quickly, protect the little girl. The world's top warrior repelled the 7 abysses evil sects. Get rid of the derogatory term, kung fu fighter, and become the hero in the hearts of all sects. It seems that he has also captured the hearts of 2 young ladies. Who do you think the male lead will choose? Comments and likes are welcome. Fu Jingheng barely opened his eyes in the smoke. But to his horror, he discovered that the second princess beside him was nowhere to be seen. He frantically shouted and searched in all directions. The little girls cry, Elder Fu, both surprised and delighted Fu Jingheng. It turns out that Judge and Iron Skin have safely protected the second princess. Luo Feng finally relaxed when he saw this. Fu Jingheng apologizes to Luo Feng, admitting that he was too credulous of the rumors and has offended him many times. Luo Feng believes that good and evil cannot coexist. He thinks that it was right for him to take action. Fu Jingheng's apology surprised everyone. Some people still can't believe it. Luo Feng actually defeated the 13 pinky evils. The emergence of the 13 pinky evils represents the imminent revival of the 7 abysses evil sects. They could launch attacks on the righteous sects at any time. At this critical moment, Luo Feng's victory boosted the morale of the righteous sects and diminished the power of the evil forces. Therefore, Luo Feng has broken free from the notorious reputation of the kung fu fighter renegade. He has become a young hero in the eyes of many. At this time, Luo Feng is in the eyes of many women. He is the perfect male god. Presumably, Luo Feng is also feeling very pleased with himself at the moment. Then he led Judge and Iron Skin down from the hero's stage amidst everyone's respectful send-off. Fu Jingheng led the 3 elders. Thank you again for Luo Feng repelling the skeleton abyss. And I sincerely apologize for what happened before. Free and unfettered faction will reinvestigate the accusations against Assembly of Warlords. Also vindicate Luo Feng's innocence. Luo Feng stated that repelling evil is what he should do. He also caused a scene at the Assembly of Warlords, subsequently hinted at the Animal Style sect with a sentence. The Animal Style sect elder quickly stepped forward to apologize respectfully, stating that it was all a misunderstanding before. He expressed willingness to cooperate with the investigation and begged for Luo Feng's forgiveness. Fu Jinghang immediately gave instructions to everyone in order to give the animal-style sect elder a way out. He ordered all members to clean up the aftermath right away and track down the traces of the skeleton abyss. Additionally, he arranged for someone to escort the second princess back. The little girl gently pulled Luo Feng's sleeve after hearing that. Luo Feng understood her intention without a word. Then, claiming that he had long admired the free and unfettered faction, he invited Fu Jinghang to have a meal in order to delay the little girl's return. In the Yingluo Grand Hotel, the young boy boldly expressed himself. To celebrate the return of my brother-in-law in triumph, everyone drank heartily. He picked up the tab for all expenses. Everyone raised their glasses one after another to show their admiration and express their willingness to follow him in the future. Luo Feng reciprocated, saying, "Brothers, there is no need to be polite. I should be the one to thank you for your support." Jiang Tianya saw this scene, shaking with excitement and tears streaming down his face. He thought that the ancient medical sects would surely rise in Luo Feng's hands. Jiang Snowy praised Luo Feng happily. "You are really amazing today." Qin Ilian also walked confidently towards Luo Feng. "You made a name for yourself today." The two girls looked at each other at the same time. A competitive spirit arose in their hearts. Luo Feng responded, "You are flattering us. I have said that I can deal with the assembly of warlords. I will definitely deliver on my promise." Jiang Snowy raised his glass to toast Luo Feng for his victory. He also wanted to discuss the matter regarding the ancient medical sects. Qin Ilian, not want to be outdone, added, "Luo Feng, let's have a drink together. Then, let's talk about how much strength you have been hiding." The next moment, Jiang Snowy and Qin Ilian's eyes met, sparking with lightning. How should Luo Feng respond to the two women? Like this if you want us to continue the story. Song Joyce discovered that Luo Feng had drunk a lot of alcohol. Why is he so excited? Then she took out a blue porcelain bottle. Why did she say her happiness depended on tonight? Jiang Snowy and Qin Ilian are at loggerheads. Luo Feng is on pins and needles. At that moment, the little girl greeted Luo Feng. Seeing this, Luo Feng felt like he had caught a lifeline. He quickly stood up, indicating that he needed to offer a toast. He said they could continue their conversation later if necessary. The two women could only helplessly let Luo Feng leave. They urged him to come back quickly after he finished drinking. Luo Feng raised his cup and came to Elder Fu Jinghang. "Elder Fu, are you willing to have a drink with me and my two brothers?" Fu Jinghang quickly stood up. "Of course, I am willing. You three are the heroes of the Assembly of Warlords today. It's an honor to meet you. Please forgive any previous offenses." Little Loli saw Luo Feng blocking Elder Fu and felt that the opportunity had come. She then secretly slipped out of the banquet hall. Fu Jinghang, who was having a pleasant conversation with Luo Feng, was still unaware that the little girl had already sneaked away. When Luo Feng and the other two left, Fu Jinghang was still thinking about how to recruit several people for the free and unfettered faction. However, when he thought of the second princess, he could no longer see her figure. Luo Feng turned around and asked Fu Jinghang what was wrong. Fu panicked and said that the second princess had disappeared. He immediately ordered people to find her. A moment later, everyone reported that they couldn't find the second princess anywhere. Fu Jinghang thought to himself that she must not want to go back. He had to order a further expansion of the search. At this point, Luo Feng spoke up, "Elder Fu, we can also help in the search." Fu Jinghang clasped his hands together in thanks and said, "Thank you, young hero Luo. Please notify us immediately if there is any news." Looking at Fu Jinghang's back, Luo Feng's mouth curved slightly upwards. Then he uttered two words. "Sure." Luo Feng turned around and instructed Judge to monitor the movements of the free and unfettered faction. Stop them from approaching the Gangfeng apartment. Mind wandering. Next, it's about how to solve the problem of the little girl. The party ends. Song's brothers come to say goodbye to Luo Feng. Before leaving, Jiang Tianya said, "Master, the appearance of the 13 pinky evils is of great importance. I must hurry back to the sect to report. Be careful of retaliation from the skeleton abyss in the future." Jiang Snowy also bid farewell with concern. "Luo Feng, you must be careful." Luo Feng saw this, giving her a reassuring look. At this moment, Qin Ilian also walked over. "I will report today's matter to Xinyuan Pavilion, and we will contact you later," Luo Feng said. Upon hearing this, Luo Feng thought to himself, "Oh no, does this mean my cheating during the previous test will be exposed?" Qian Yin patted Luo Feng on the shoulder, thinking, "This is indeed the best candidate for my son-in-law." Then he said, "Little Feng, our family is currently staying at the ancient medical sects. Feel free to come to us if you need anything." Qin Ilian's mother also stepped forward and said, "Luo Feng, don't be polite with us at all," thinking about quickly influencing Ilian's thoughts and encouraging her to take action sooner. After hearing this, Luo Feng thanked the elderly couple. He felt that these two elderly people were exceptionally enthusiastic. Song's eldest brother called Song Joyce. He said he had followed her instructions and had poured Luo Feng quite a bit of alcohol. Song Joyce clenched her fists tightly, indicating that everything was going according to plan. She then pulled out a blue porcelain bottle and said with a wink, "My happiness depends on tonight." Song Joyce poured something into the cup. She is about to do something secretive. Like this post to continue. After the party ended, Luo Feng walked to the door of his own room. Song Joyce felt happy when she heard movement. Has he come back? Then poured the liquid from the porcelain bottle into the prepared glass. The liquid is the divine intoxication elixir. Colorless and tasteless. Intoxicate without a trace. A little touch is enough to make people intoxicated. Burning with desire. Wanting to do more passionate things. Luo Feng opened the door and saw Song Joyce at that moment. Instantly, his eyes were red and his mouth slightly opened. Song Joyce was wearing a pink mini nightgown. She held a water cup and walked slowly towards Luo Feng. "You're back. My brother and I talked about the Assembly of Warlords. You are really amazing." Luo Feng blushed on both cheeks. "Thank you for the praise, Song. You are dressed a bit lightly." Song Joyce whispered softly, "I was just getting ready to go to bed. I came out to see you when I heard you were back." Then she handed the cup to Luo Feng and said, "You must be tired coming back late tonight. Have a drink of water and take a break." Luo Feng reached out and took it. Slowly, he raised the cup to his lips. Next to her, Song Joyce looked at Luo Feng with an expectant expression, thinking, hurry up and drink it." However, things do not go as planned. At this moment, a rapid knocking on the door is heard. As a result, Luo Feng stood up and put down the water cup, saying, "It should be her." Song Joyce asked, "Who is it? How could there be a guest at this time?" She silently criticized in her heart, "It's a critical moment. Who ruined my good plan?" Luo Feng touched the back of his head. He is the second princess of the free and unfettered faction. This explanation is a bit complicated. Then he opened the door. The little girl looked at Luo Feng with joy on her face, saying, "Brother Luo Feng, I've come to find you." Song Joyce was still puzzled about the second princess of the free and unfettered faction. Luo Feng has already led the little girl into the room, indicating that you should hide at Teacher Jun's place for now. The free and unfettered faction can't find you. He casually picked up the water glass on the table. Song Joyce was surprised to see this scene. Hastily, she rushed forward and snatched it away. "Wait, you can't drink that." Song Joyce's actions startled Luo Feng and the little girl. They didn't understand the situation for a moment. Song Joyce awkwardly explained, "I just realized that this water seems to have been sitting here for a long time. Let me get a new cup." Luo Feng looked at the departing Song Joyce and thought to himself, "She's acting a bit strange today." The little girl blinked her big eyes and said to Luo Feng, "Big brother, I want to discuss something about my older sister with you." Song Joyce, who walked away, held the water cup and thought angrily, "No, I must find another opportunity to deal with Luo Feng." Luo Feng asked little Loli how she planned to deal with Elder Fu's interference. Little Loli replied, "If Elder Fu doesn't leave, I won't be able to go out to find my sister. So I want to ask my brother for help to search." Luo Feng held his forehead. "It's difficult to identify her current appearance just based on photos. And we can't publicly search for her yet. Do you have any other clues?" The little girl said that her name is Lu Yuemei, and there is a red birthmark below her collarbone. Luo Feng thought for a moment. "I do know someone called Lu Mei." The little girl brightened up. "So does Lu Mei have a birthmark?" Luo Feng propped his chin and recalled, "I'm not sure about the birthmark, but the princess of the free and unfettered faction must have a noble temperament. While Lu Mei is a busty, brainless super academic failure." He immediately affirmed, "She is definitely not your sister." Just at this moment, Lu Mei sneezed violently. She thought, "Who is talking bad about me?" The benefactor of the Zheng family, Jiang Zhongtian, wanting to take Zheng Vivi as a disciple. How will Zheng Tianhai decide? Give us a like to continue. Inside the Zheng family mansion, Vivi walked towards the hall with a heavy heart. Lu Mei stepped forward and said, "You seem distracted all day. You're worried about Luo Feng not coming to school." Vivi seemed to have her thoughts exposed and quickly retorted, "It's not like that. My dad just said we have important guests today. I was just wondering who it might be." Lu Mei looked at Vivi with a meaningful look. "Is it true?" In the living room, Zhang Purple from Skeleton Abyss seems to have negotiated some conditions with Zheng Tianhai. He said he would go back first and wait for his message. Vivi looked at Zhang Purple's back and wondered who he was. She seemed not to have seen him before. At this moment, Lu Mei hurriedly stopped Vivi, who was about to approach. Vivi asked in confusion, "What's wrong?" Lu Mei's gaze turned serious. That woman exuded the aura of an evil kung fu fighter. Yingluo is inside the large hotel. Luo Feng looked towards the little girl. "I will let my brother investigate these clues first. You just stay peacefully at Teacher Jun's place." Song Joyce peeks into the room, wondering why they haven't finished their conversation yet. Soon it will be Great-Grandma's 100th birthday. She will definitely take this opportunity to arrange a marriage for me. If I must get married, then marry Luo Feng. As long as the rice is cooked into a meal, I believe great-grandma won't refuse Luo Feng, who is the master of ancient medical sects. After mustering up her courage, Song Joyce entered the room. Luo Feng, it's getting late. Please take the little sister home to sleep. Luo Feng heard Song Joyce's voice and turned around, saying, I'll take her right now. But the little girl interrupted him and said, I'm staying at Brother Luo Feng's house today. The little girl's words surprised the two of them. They saw the little girl blinking her innocent big eyes and saying, Brother Luo Feng, I'm so tired today. I want you to accompany me. Can you, please? The little girls all said the same. Luo Feng helplessly said, then it can only be for one night. Song Joyce angrily thought, she actually clung to Luo Feng, so I can't make a move. The little girl made a face at Song Joyce, trying to seduce her brother Luo Feng. Song Joyce saw the little girl sticking out her tongue at her. She got so angry that she held her head in her hands. This little troublemaker is deliberately ruining my chances. It's really making me mad. Vivi and Lu Mei walked slowly towards the living room in Zheng's family. Zhang Tianhai saw his daughter coming back and walked over to greet her. Vivi spoke up and asked, Dad, who is that woman you just met? Lu Mei also followed up and asked, Uncle Zhang, what is her background? Why did she come to look for you? Zhang Tianhai looked at his daughter and said, she is the daughter of my benefactor, Zhang Zhongtian, from many years ago. I made a promise back then, and now she has come to ask me to fulfill it. Vivi looked puzzled and asked what promise was being referred to, while Lu Mei, upon hearing the name Zhang Zhongtian, had a shocked expression on her face. Zhang Tianhai responded to the girl's concern, saying that her father wanted to take her away and accept her as his apprentice. Upon hearing this, Lu Mei's expression changed drastically. Uncle Zhang, this absolutely cannot happen. We must not let Vivi fall into the hands of Zhang Zhongtian. Because Zhang Zhongtian practices an evil technique that collects the vital energy of specific virgin girls, he recruits female disciples with that physique in order to practice dual cultivation. The most important thing is that none of them survive more than a year. Vivi covered her mouth with a worried expression on her face. Zhang Zhongtian is such a malicious person. Lu Mei opened her hands. Yes. He calculated that uncle is not a kung fu fighter. I don't know his purpose, so I fell for it. That's why he deliberately helped Zheng's family back then. After Zhang Tianhai knew the reason, he reached out and grabbed Vivi's hand. I almost caused harm to you. Vivi, don't be afraid. I will never let them take you away. She tried to help her best friend. She willingly returned to the home she didn't like. Vivi looked at her father. If they force us, what should we do? Zhang Tianhai also felt conflicted. Let me call the security guards of the company. Lu Mei stepped forward with a serious look on her face. Uncle, ordinary people cannot handle kung fu fighters. But don't worry, I will protect Vivi. After hearing this, Vivi looked at Lu Mei with a puzzled expression on her face. Zhang Tianhai also spoke up to ask, how do you know about these things, little Mei? What kind of person are you, exactly? I fainted from hunger on the roadside 7 years ago. Lu Mei, the homeless person whom Vivi taught to go back home. Then another piece of news burst out. At the same time, I am also one of the 5 factions. Princess Lu Yuemei of the Carefree faction. This heavy news made the father and daughter open their mouths in surprise. Zijing University. Luo Feng walked in the corridor on his way to the classroom. He thought to himself, I need to find Lu Yuemei quickly for the little girl. Just then, Qian Ilian caught up with him. Luo Feng, I have some good news to tell you. Luo Feng turned around at the words and said, you look so pleased. What's the matter? Qian Ilian excitedly replied, Xinyuan Pavilion notified me last night. My parents and you have all passed the test. We can go to register and get the orange card tonight. Luo Feng thought to himself, even such weak data passed? This is too fake. He said sarcastically, Qian, are you cheating? Bribe the examiner. Qian Ilian stepped forward and hit Luo Feng. What did you say? The review process of Xinyuan Pavilion is fair and just. My parents' strength is absolutely sufficient. Luo Feng awkwardly scratched his head. I didn't mean that. I thought it would be difficult. Anyway, it's good that I passed. Qian Ilian snorted lightly. See you at the branch at 7 o'clock in the evening. I heard that Mr. Dong Feng, the head of the department, will be there in person. Don't be late. Luo Feng looked at Qian Ilian's back. After passing the members of Xinyuan Pavilion, failing to report within 3 days will be considered giving up. I have deceived Qian. Luo Feng looked around the classroom and did not see Vivi and Lu Mei. He thought to himself that the two of them did not come to school in the morning. Could something have happened to them? Zheng's family. Lu Mei looked at Vivi. You and your uncle and aunt should still come with me to free and unfettered faction. It's safe there. Vivi refused, saying, no, I can't. I can't bring you back to a place you don't like. Besides, my dad said we can't abandon the company. I can't abandon my family either. Lu Mei hurriedly said, we can't just wait for Skeleton Abyss to come and capture you. It's too dangerous. She was thinking about quickly finding a way to inform free and unfettered faction, and if necessary, escape again. Just as Vivi was about to reject Lu Mei again, the phone suddenly rang with an urgent tone. Picking up the phone, Vivi realized it was Luo Feng calling. Luo Feng inquired, "Vivi, why didn't you and Lu Mei come to school? I heard from the teacher that you didn't request leave." Vivi explained, "There was something going on at my home. A woman named Jiang Purple came looking for me. Little Mei said she was from a cult." Lu Mei interjected, saying, "Don't tell him everything. How would he know all of this?" Luo Feng at the other end of the phone was shocked after hearing it. Jiang Purple from Skeleton Abyss. Vivi said, "Yes, Little Mei also said the same. How did you know she is from Skeleton Abyss?" Lu Mei beside her was shocked. "What? He actually knows about Skeleton Abyss?" Luo Feng quickly responded, "I can't explain over the phone. Wait for me at home. I will come to find you now." Luo Feng was full of doubts. How could Jiang Purple have targeted Vivi? Could this also be a conspiracy of the Skeleton Abyss? Within the Skeleton Abyss, Jiang Purple is looking at the phone. Zhang Tianhai unexpectedly is not answering the phone. Something might have gone wrong. Make a decisive order. Summon the members. We are now heading to Zheng's family. Luo Feng quickly arrived. Vivi opened the door and greeted Luo Feng. Vivi explained to Luo Feng the causes and consequences of everything. Luo Feng comforted Vivi, telling her not to be afraid. He assured her that with him around, Skeleton Abyss wouldn't be able to take her away. Vivi expressed that having you around is really great. When Little Mei told me the news earlier, I was scared to death. Lu Mei had a burst of complaints in her heart. Facing me, she has a stubborn expression, not wanting to burden others. Facing Luo Feng, she appears pitiful, seeking protection. In the end, does she trust the male god or not trust her girlfriends? Luo Feng is puzzled how Lu Mei could know all this. Lu Mei said it was not convenient to tell you these. However, the next second, Vivi betrayed her. Little Mei actually hides her abilities. She comes from a kung fu fighter family called Free and Unfettered Faction. Lu Mei complained to Vivi, saying, "You promised to keep it secret for me." Vivi looked innocent as she faced Lu Mei, but Luo Feng is one of our own people. The news revealed by Vivi caused Luo Feng to exclaim in surprise. "Lu Mei, I can't believe you come from the Free and Unfettered Faction." It's just that Little Mei left the Free and Unfettered Faction since she was young. We've known each other for 7 years, but I just found out too, Vivi said slowly. Lu Mei has realized the current situation. Now that Vivi has a crush, she can betray her best friend. Left the Free and Unfettered Faction 7 years ago. Then asked Lu Mei if there is a birthmark above her collarbone. After hearing that, Lu Mei immediately transformed into a little monster. Roaring, "How did you know that? You actually peeked at me." Vivi grabbed Lu Mei's shoulder from behind, trying to persuade her to calm down, but slipped under her feet, pushing Lu Mei, unexpectedly falling down on Luo Feng. Next, there was a bang. Luo Feng was pressed to the ground by the two. However, Luo Feng's eyes were wide open in shock. He saw it clearly. In his heart, he couldn't help but wonder, how did I end up in this position? Lu Mei quickly shouted, "Hooligan," and covered her chest as she stepped back. At this moment, Luo Feng took out a photo to indicate that he just wanted to confirm something. "Are you the girl in this photo?" Lu Mei was instantly drawn to the photo. Vivi whispered quietly, "Isn't this how you looked when you were little?" Remembering what she had said before, she thought, this slap really landed hard. Luo Feng immediately answered Lu Mei's question. "It's a 12-year-old girl who ran away from home looking for your classmate Lu Yuemei." Luo Feng called out Lu Mei's real name. Let Vivi, who was standing beside, become a little confused. Lu Mei lowered her head and murmured, "She is my sister." She immediately plunged into memories. It was a rainy night 7 years ago. The little girl held her arm tightly. "Sister, I will definitely come find you." After knowing the truth, Vivi also wanted to meet Little Mei's sister. Luo Feng naturally would not refuse such a request. The three of them arrived at Little Mei's residence. Little Mei poked her head out and asked Luo Feng why he finished school so early today. At this moment, she shouted in surprise. No matter how far apart, no matter how long it has been since we last met, what can never be severed is precisely family affection. Looking at the sisters who are deeply embracing each other, Luo Feng couldn't help but deeply sighing. Zheng's family is in a mess at the moment. Jiang Purple has arrived again. He has clearly taken off the mask of hypocrisy. At this moment, Zhang Tianhai is grateful that Vivi is not at home. Unable to see Vivi, Jiang Purple steps forward and grabs Zhang Tianhai's collar. "Don't try to play tricks with me. Quickly tell me where my junior sister is." Inside the Gangfeng apartment, Lu Yuemei thanked Luo Feng for reuniting the sisters again. Luo Feng reminded them not to let their guard down. Currently, The free and unfettered faction is still looking for the little girl. The little girl told her sister that Luo Feng is super strong, even stronger than Elder Fu. Lu Yuemei was shocked to hear this. What? He knows Kung Fu too? The little girl's face was full of excitement. Of course. Brother Luo Feng is a hero of the Cloudy Mountain Assembly of Warlords. He and his brothers defeated elders from various sects and even repelled the 13 Pinky Evils. Lu Yuemei looked at the little girl in shock. Assembly of Warlords? 13 Pinky Evils? What's going on here? The little girl then told Lu Yuemei about Luo Feng being attacked by the animal-style sect. After learning all the details, Lu Yuemei looked at Luo Feng incredulously. I can't believe you exaggerated it so much. Vivi at this moment also had a face full of admiration. You are really amazing, Luo Feng smiled slightly. It's just a trivial matter, nothing to be proud of. While Lu Yuemei prepared to get to the bottom of things, she leaned in towards Luo Feng and asked, Who are you exactly? With a mischievous look on his face, Luo Feng replied, I am a slightly powerful handsome guy. Do you admire me? Lu Yuemei pursed her lips, snorted lightly, and thought, being pretentious. If you don't want to say, forget it. She had never heard of such a powerful young man before. His background must be extraordinary. At this moment, the little girl added another jab at her sister. Luo Feng's brother said earlier that you are all looks and no brains. Upon hearing this, Luo Feng was stunned on the spot, while Vivi covered her mouth and chuckled on the side. Angry Lu Yuemei grabbed Luo Feng's clothes in secret. Feeling guilty, Luo Feng had to back down. I was just joking for a moment. Don't take it seriously. Just then, Vivi's phone rang. It was her dad calling. But her expression changed drastically after answering the phone. Luo Feng and the others felt that something was wrong. They quickly asked what happened. Vivi immediately turned on the speakerphone. Inside, a woman's voice could be heard, along with Zhang Tianhai's horse shouting for her not to come back. And this woman is none other than Jiang Purple from Skeleton Abyss. Vivi anxiously shouted into the phone, Don't hurt my parents. Jiang Purple replied, As long as you obediently come with me, everything will be fine. But my patience is limited. You need to hurry. Then the call was promptly disconnected. When Lu Yuemei comforted Vivi, the little girl reminded Vivi not to worry. Don't worry, she said, Luo Feng is here. He can solve any problem. Vivi looked at Luo Feng with teary eyes and pleaded, Can you please help me? Luo Feng stepped forward to comfort and said, Leave it to me. I will make sure Skeleton Abyss never dares to step into Zheng's family again. Inside the branch of Xinyuan Pavilion, Qian Yin asked Qian Ilian, It's already 8 o'clock. Why hasn't Luo Feng arrived yet? Qian Ilian is also quite helpless. I don't know. His phone is also unreachable. At this moment, Dong Feng, who is leading the way on the side, has been standing quietly for over an hour. The crowd is discussing one after another. This newcomer really doesn't know the rules. He actually dared to break his appointment with Senior Dong Feng. Qian Ilian was angrily thinking, Luo Feng must have done it on purpose. I will definitely not let him off the hook. When Vivi's father was restrained by the throat, a masked man appeared. Can he defeat Jiang Purple of Skeleton Abyss? Like our page to continue with the story. Dong Feng was stood up by Luo Feng. This was within his expectations. After all, Luo Feng handed in the worst test paper in the history of Xinyuan Pavilion. Qian Ilian feels very apologetic. She said, Senior Dong Feng, I'm sorry. I will make sure Luo Feng reports within 3 days. Dong Feng waved his hand and said, It's okay. Go back and tell Luo Feng. I can make an exception for him. The 3-day reporting deadline is cancelled. Xinyuan Pavilion will hire him permanently. The crowd was amazed when they heard this. A permanent hire is the first case in Xinyuan Pavilion. What kind of identity does he have after all? Qian Ilian thanked Dong Feng with folded hands, thinking that Dong Feng Sr. must already know about the Assembly of Warlords. Luo Feng's strength is worth Xinyuan Pavilion making this exception. Dong Feng secretly thought in his heart, Luo Feng, we will meet sooner or later. In the hall of Zheng's family, Zhang Tianhai roared, You evil devotee of the Skeleton Abyss. Don't even think about taking away my daughter. Jiang Purple listened, feeling surprised. How did an outsider like you know my identity? Zhang Tianhai replied, It's none of your business. I know that Zhang Zhongtian is coming for my daughter. The promise made back then is void. I will never let you succeed. Jiang Purple went forward and grabbed Zhang Tianhai by the neck. Knowing won't change anything. Can you stop me with your abilities? At this moment, a voice sounded. He can't. I can. Jiang Purple turned around and asked who it was, only to see a man in a black robe holding a little lackey. It's me.
Evil Blood Zeng Tu.
After hearing this name, Jiang Purple shuddered all over in an instant. Half an hour ago, Lu Yuemei looked at Luo Feng, who was dressed in all black, and said, You're going to save someone and you're still wearing a mask. You look like you're about to engage in a gang fight. Luo Feng explained, This is to prevent Jiang Purple from recognizing me. Also, I have a grudge with Skeleton Abyss, as well as some issues with the Assembly of Warlords. The less my uncle and aunt know, the better. Vivi looked obediently at Luo Feng and said, "Don't worry. I will keep it a secret from my parents." Lu Yuemei, who was beside them, muttered to herself after hearing this, "She leaks secrets to me but keeps them from Luo Feng. This is favoritism towards Luo Feng." This was said by the little girl beside them. "Brother Luo Feng, since you want to conceal your identity, why not come up with a powerful alias to intimidate them?" Luo Feng thought this was a good idea and asked if there was a prominent figure who could awe the Skeleton Abyss. "It's best if the surname is Zhang." When everyone was pondering, the little girl said, "Yes, Evil Blade Zhang too." Luo Feng's eyes lit up. "This name is good. Wait here for my good news." 3 girls all cheered Luo Feng on, encouraging him to beat up the bad guys from the Skeleton Abyss. Luo Feng waved his hand in agreement. "Leave it to me." Seeing Luo Feng's cool appearance, Vivi couldn't help but have a crush on him. While Lu Yuemei was pondering the name Jing Tu beside her. Although it seemed very familiar, she couldn't recall his origins. At this time, the little girl explained, Evil Blade Jing Tu is said to be a super powerful guardian elder of Hell Abyss. Lu Yuemei was shocked after hearing this. Hell Abyss? That is also one of the 7 Abysses evil sects. No wonder it sounds so familiar. Zhang Tu is famous for being an evil kung fu fighter, Vivi said worryingly. Luo Feng is going to deal with one of the 7 Abysses evil sects as well. The little girl scratched her head apologetically. "Oh, I forgot. Maybe they are not familiar with it." Lu Yuemei helplessly rested her hand on her forehead. Hopefully, nothing unexpected will happen. Zhang's family Zhang Purple was full of doubt. Half believing and half doubting, she asked, "Evil Blade Zhang too?" Luo Feng raised his sword and pointed it recklessly at Zhang Purple. "How dare you call out my name?" The henchman saw Luo Feng acting so arrogantly. With a loud shout, "Where did this beggar come from?" He then charged towards Luo Feng. In Luo Feng's eyes, these lackeys were like ants, casually swiping a few times, letting these lackeys know the real danger. Then turned to attack Zhang Purple. The golden blade radiance flashed. The powerful pressure forced Zhang Purple to retreat. In my heart, his strength is so formidable. Could he really be Evil Blade Jing too? Just as Luo Feng raised the kitchen knife, Zhang Purple frantically begged for mercy. "Senior Jing Tu, please spare me. I am Zhang Purple from Skeleton Abyss, and my father is Zhang Zhongtian." Zhang Purple from Skeleton Abyss was actually held at knife point with a knife at his neck. Zhang Purple's plea made Luo Feng pause. Could it be that the character I am pretending to be knows Zhang Purple's father? But now I can only continue to act. So he shouted at Zhang Purple, "Nonsense. How dare Zhang Zhongtian threaten the family of my Zheng Tu?" As soon as these words came out, Mr. and Mrs. Zheng Tianhai were very puzzled. They wondered when such a powerful person had appeared in their family. Rumors have it that Zhang Tu is eccentric and strange, killing people based on his whims. Hell Abyss is even stronger than Skeleton Abyss. Zhang Purple thought that he must not offend him and quickly yielded. "We do not know if the elder has any connection with this family. We definitely did not mean to offend, and my father has even saved them before. Please consider my father's reputation." Before Zhang Purple could finish speaking, instantly, the knife was placed at Zhang Purple's neck. "You dare to justify yourself in front of me? What kind of person is Zhang Zhongtian? Do I need to give him face?" Zhang Purple is shivering at the moment. "I know I was wrong. Please spare me." Luo Feng thought to himself. "I didn't expect this identity to be so useful, but delaying it will definitely expose me." So he kicked Zhang Purple flying and said, "I don't want your blood to dirty this place. I'll spare your lives. Now kowtow and admit your mistakes. From now on, you are not allowed to step into the Zheng's family again." The henchmen felt as if they had been granted a pardon for a great crime. They all kowtowed and apologized to Luo Feng. Zhang Purple also kowtowed respectfully, expressing gratitude for sparing their lives.
Luo Feng exude à dominer ignora.
With a loud shout, he commanded, "Get lost." Skeleton Abyss was completely defeated. They helped each other and left in a sorry state. When Luo Feng untied Zheng Tianhai, Zheng Tianhai asked Luo Feng who he really was. Luo Feng slowly removed his own mask after hearing that. The uncovered face of Luo Feng truly shocked the Zheng Tianhai couple. The returning Vivi and her parents embraced tightly, expressing their worries. At this moment, Luo Feng also realized his true identity. He turned out to be the guardian of Hell Abyss. Lu Yuemei also secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, nothing was revealed. "Why is Zhang Purple so afraid of himself? Aren't you intentionally trying to trick me? According to what you said, Zhang Tu is at the peak of the 8 tripods. If he finds out that I pretended to be him to deal with Skeleton Abyss, won't I be in trouble? Explain, little Lolita." "Brother Luo Feng, don't worry. According to legend, Zhang Tu was seriously injured in the final battle 10 years ago. He is probably dead. On the contrary, Lu Yuemei doesn't think so. He might make a comeback after hitting a low point. Sometimes, a serious injury can lead to a breakthrough to a higher level. Luo Feng was lost in thought at this moment, wondering if he should be worried. At this moment, Zhang Tianhai arrived with his family. Approached to express gratitude for Luo Feng's act of rescue. Luo Feng smiled and said, "No need to be polite. I will never let those villains get away with their wrongdoings." Zhang Tianhai kept praising Luo Feng for being amazing after hearing that. Vivi's mother then instructed Vivi, "We, Zhang's family, owe Luo Feng a big favor. You must repay it well in the future." Upon hearing this, Vivi couldn't help but blush. After leaving, Luo Feng discovered that there were actually 50 missed calls on his phone. Thinking that he had solved the trouble between the little girl and Vivi, the next thing to do should be his. Jiang Purple angrily cursed, "Damn it. Zhang Tianhai's family is actually related to evil Blade Zhang Tuesday. This is really bad luck." The henchman asked Jiang Purple what to do next. Jiang Purple turned around and shouted, "We have no reason to stay in Yangcheng City. Return to headquarters tomorrow." Qin Ilian has always admired Luo Feng. Why did you give Luo Feng a punch? Jiang Purple secretly thought. Zhang Vivi wasn't brought back. The plan of Cloudy Mountain also failed. I almost died in the hands of Zheng Tu as well. I must hurry back to inform father. Qin Ilian finally met Luo Feng, only to see Qin Ilian striding aggressively towards him. Qin Ilian grabbed Luo Feng's clothes. "You bastard actually stood me up yesterday. I waited for you at Xinyuan Pavilion for 2 hours. I called you dozens of times as well." Luo Feng quickly explained, "I'm really sorry. I accidentally lost my phone. Also, something unexpected came up last minute." Qin Ilian let go of Luo Feng, who knew that what you said was false. "But it's your lucky day. Dong Feng made an exception for you. Xinyuan Pavilion has permanently hired you." Luo Feng asked in confusion, "Permanently hired?" Qin Ilian analyzed and said, "It could be that your test results were outstanding, or Xinyuan Pavilion found out about the Assembly of Warlords." Luo Feng thought to himself, "It should be this senior Dong Feng who knows something." At this time, Qin Ilian interrupted Luo Feng's thoughts. "Bookworm, when are you going to report for duty?" Luo Feng thought for a moment before answering, "Let me be honest with you. I will never go report to the Xinyuan Pavilion." Qin Ilian asked in confusion, "Why?" Luo Feng lowered his head and replied, "Because in Xinyuan Pavilion, there is an enemy of mine who I cannot coexist with." "Qin, you don't need to worry anymore. Just pass on my message when you check in." Qin Ilian thought, "This fool actually doesn't want me to ask him about it. Well, remember." Then he secretly clenched his fist. "No matter who your enemy is in Xinyuan Pavilion, on the day you seek revenge, I will definitely stand by your side." Then he threw a punch at Luo Feng. "You are not allowed to break your promise to me in the future. You are not allowed to avoid my calls." Then he ran off in a hurry, leaving Luo Feng clutching his stomach. "I really can't do anything about her. However, the troublesome matter seems to have been resolved. Finally, I can relax for a while." Ing Law is inside the hotel. Song's brothers finally met Luo Feng. He mentioned that their great-grandmother is celebrating her 100th birthday in a while. They would like Luo Feng to help them find their sister, Joyce. Luo Feng said that he can only give it a try. Inside the hotel suite, Song Joyce poured the divine intoxication elixir into the water glass again. "I think Luo Feng should be back soon. Yesterday didn't find an opportunity. Today must succeed." Luo Feng slowly walked into the room. Song Joyce happily got up to greet, inquired whether the little girl was sent home. After Luo Feng answered, expressed that there was something to say, picked up a water pitcher and poured a glass of water casually. "Your brothers asked me to find you. They said your great-grandmother's birthday is approaching. They want to take you back." Song Joyce thought for a moment and said, "I still have an important matter to attend to. Please help me deal with them first. Only after completing it can I return home with peace of mind." Luo Feng turned around and replied, "I will just come up with an excuse tomorrow to get through it temporarily." Luo Feng entered the room carrying a glass of water. Song Joyce turned around and thought, "If I drink it, the reaction will occur in at most 5 minutes. Should I go in proactively, or wait for him to come out?" At this moment, Luo Feng's eyes were unfocused. Slowly closed his eyes and kissed those soft lips. Just as he was about to enter the chapter for paid reading, under the lights, the charming Song Joyce suddenly covered her cheeks. Stopping her own imagination, she felt ashamed and angry at how lecherous she was. In the room, Luo Feng stared foolishly at the smiling face in the photo frame. This was something he did every day, secretly determined to collect information on the 3 teachings as soon as possible. Get hold of the spell of the resurrection of the bones at an early date. Luo Feng suddenly felt a bit parched. He then immediately drank up the divine intoxication elixir in his hand. And the divine intoxication elixir seemed to have no effect on Luo Feng at all. It did not affect his cultivation in the slightest. The sky is reflected in his heart, opening the gathering place of his aura. The aura spirals out directly, reaching a height of 3,000 feet. At this moment, Luo Feng has completely entered into a state of unity with heaven and man. An aura rotates like a whirlwind. The aura gathers within the body. The whole body strength is concentrated. A golden bead slowly takes shape inside the lower abdomen. Luo Feng suddenly opens his eyes. An uncontrollable joy surges in his heart. This is the internal power of a kung fu fighter. Song Joyce quietly walked to the door. She thought to herself that there had been no movement for so long. Could it be that he hasn't drunk it yet? Just as Song Joyce was about to look inside after prying open the door crack, just happened to come face to face with Luo Feng, who had just broken through to apparent power level 1. Only felt a vast energy rushing towards me. Song Joyce, who was puzzled, was taken aback. Could it be that the medicine is so powerful? Luo Feng leaned against the door and asked Song Joyce why she was at his doorstep. Song Joyce definitely wouldn't admit that she was there to admire his looks. She tilted her head and looked inside the room. I'm just taking a walk around. What were you doing just now? She saw an empty glass next to the photo frame. She thought to herself that he must have taken the divine intoxication elixir. Why is there no reaction at all? Luo Feng was not influenced at all by the beauty before him. He said, I am cultivating. If there's nothing wrong, you should hurry back to your room and rest. At this moment, Song Joyce had an unbelievable look. Why does he not have a strong sexual desire? Has he become so strong that he is invulnerable to all poisons? A hint of loss flashed in his eyes involuntarily. He failed again. Why is it so difficult to win over Luo Feng? Luo Feng looked at the energy flowing in his hand. An undisguised surprise flashed in his eyes. Although it was only apparent power level 1, I have the ultimate physical strength. This way, I can pretend to be weaker to defeat the stronger. He clenched his fist tightly. From now on, the journey of the kung fu fighter world officially begins. At the school gate, Song's brothers ask Luo Feng to find Joyce's younger sister. It's not that they are unwilling to search inside the school by themselves. It's that they always get kicked out by the security guards every time. Song Ban held Luo Feng's hand and asked if there was any good solution because they were waiting at the school gate every day. But they have never met Joyce's younger sister. Luo Feng thought for a moment and said, Song can easily climb over the wall. Why don't you all split up and wait separately? You might be able to catch her. Upon hearing this, Song's brothers all felt that this was a good idea. The 7 people then rushed in various directions towards the school. Luo Feng turned and walked towards the school, thinking that Song's brothers were really lacking in intelligence. They wanted to catch Song so badly, but considering how big the school was, it would not be so easy for them to run into him by chance. Song Joyce intentionally led Song's brothers who were squatting in wait, discovered her whereabouts, and led to Gang Feng apartments. And she found an excuse to shower in Luo Feng's room. What is she up to again? The school bell rings. Luo Feng walked alone towards the school gate. At this moment, Vivi and Lu Yuemei called out to him. They wanted to invite Luo Feng to have dinner together. Luo Feng said, I have some things to attend to today. Let's do it next time then. Song Joyce secretly appeared in the corner. She thought that Luo Feng always had so many beautiful women around him, especially Zheng Vivi. It was obvious that she was her love rival. She secretly thought, could it be that Luo Feng has someone he likes?
No.
I will never lose in terms of charm. It must be that Luo Feng is just too dense. Just then, Song Joyce suddenly noticed a person crouching in the tree. It turned out to be her second brother, Song Ban. The mischievous Song Joyce came up with a plan in her mind. Intentionally let Song Ban discover it while climbing over the wall. Song Ban was suddenly shocked to discover Joyce's little sister. Also, Luo Feng's brother's plan was really great. At the school gate, Luo Feng found an excuse, saying that he couldn't make an appointment with Song because she had something to do. A hint of disappointment flashed in Song's eldest brother's eyes. After thanking Luo Feng, he expressed that he would think of another solution. Luo Feng thought to himself that he had finally managed to get through this. He waved his hand and bid farewell to Song's eldest brother. Just as Song's eldest brother was about to reunite with his brothers, the phone in his pocket suddenly rang. He had just pressed the answer button when he heard Song Ban's excited voice from the other end. Big brother, I found Joy's sister. Song's eldest brother was very happy to hear this. Song Ban said that he was currently tracking her to her residence. He would confirm the location before notifying the rest of the brothers. Song's eldest brother instructed Song Ban with a few words, indicating to regroup when the time comes. Inside Gang Feng apartments, Song Joyce entered Luo Feng's room with clenched fists. I need to be prepared before Luo Feng comes back. Even if raw rice cannot be cooked into mature rice, I'll still put the rice in the pot. I have to pretend it's cooked rice. This time I need my brothers to help a bit. She then slowly took off her clothes, standing under the shower, thinking about the upcoming plan over and over again, making a silent vow in her heart. This time, she must not fail again. Gang Feng apartment. The seven tall and mighty Song's brothers appeared downstairs. She thought to herself, isn't this the residence of the Luo Feng brothers? Song's eldest brother returned to Song Ban to confirm again. Song Ban confirmed. He saw Joyce's sister entering with an electronic key. However, with so many people in the building, Song's brothers found it challenging. After discussion, they decided to wait in the lobby. As Luo Feng walked into the lobby, he happened to meet the Song brothers who were waiting. The Song brothers rushed forward. Luo Feng, you arrive at just the right time. Thanks to your plan, we found Joyce. She followed you. We tracked her and surprisingly found out that she lives in the same building as you. Luo Feng was like, WTF in his heart. How come he was discovered so coincidentally? This is troublesome. It turns out that not long ago, Luo Feng received a call from Song Joyce. She said that there was a water leak in her room and she wanted to go to his room for a while. He agreed as well. I'll wait for you to come back and tell Song Joyce that there is a spare key at Sister Lan's place. Song's brothers interrupted Luo Feng's contemplation. They grabbed Luo Feng's arm and were about to go to his room, indicating to lay low first and then slowly search for Sister Joyce. There wasn't enough time to inform Song Joyce, so Luo Feng made up an excuse of forgetting the key in order to delay time. And Song's brothers noticed that Luo Feng's door was not even closed. Luo Feng's face changed instantly. What's going on with this woman? How could she not close the door when entering the room? Song Joyce leapt into Luo Feng's arms. What did she say? Leaving Song's brothers so shocked. Song's eldest brother took the lead in pushing open the door and walked in. However, the next second, everyone instantly widened their eyes. All were shocked by the scene in front of them. At this moment, Song Joyce stood there looking fresh in lightweight pajamas. Song's brothers could hardly believe their eyes. The Sister Joyce they had been desperately searching for appeared in front of them just like that. Luo Feng could only exclaim in shock, WTF. This will be misunderstood. Now this has become a room with a story. At this moment, Song Joyce was also being stared at by a group of men, making her feel a little embarrassed. Song's brothers noticed something inappropriate. They quickly turned their heads. Joyce, how come you're here? Isn't this Luo Feng's room? And why are you dressed like that? Just as Luo Feng was about to sneak away, Song's eldest brother asked Luo Feng what was going on. Luo Feng awkwardly scratched his head. This is indeed my room. It seems like Song got the wrong room. Just then, Song Joyce suddenly threw herself into Luo Feng's arms. Since it can't be hidden anymore, let's tell the brothers. She then looked towards her brothers and said, Luo Feng and I are living together. And I am already his woman. When these words came out, Song's brothers were shocked, their mouths gaping open. Luo Feng also looked surprised at Song Joyce. You are mine? Why didn't I know that? Song Joyce blushed and said, annoying. Don't let anyone say such things out loud. On Song's brother's side, they went crazy instantly. Luo Feng, Joyce's sister is actually living with you. You actually hid it from us. Joyce's sister takes showers waiting for you to come back. Are you guys going to? At this moment, Luo Feng broke out in a cold sweat. He quickly waved his hands to explain, brothers, please calm down. It's not what you think. However, the next second, Song's eldest brother actually stepped forward and held Luo Feng's hand. You've been keeping it from us all along. It's to give us a surprise today, right? The brothers chimed in agreement. That's right. Luo Feng is truly amazing to have won over our sister Joyce. He kept it a secret. Is he shy? A series of words made Luo Feng roll his eyes. There were actually people wanting to learn pickup skills from him. Song's eldest brother looked at his brothers at this time. All right, let's go back first. We will tell this great news to our grandmother. We must welcome the new son-in-law from the southern Miao village grandly. He is the future master of the ancient medical sects. Song Ban agreed with his eldest brother's statement. Let's not disturb their alone time. Also, Luo Feng, you have to work hard. We are looking forward to holding our nephew. Watching the door close with a click, Luo Feng directly cursed. It's going to be hard to explain now. Luo Feng said helplessly, covering his face. You did this on purpose, didn't you? No matter what your motives are, lying about your innocence is a bit. Song Joyce looked at Luo Feng with affection and said, as long as you are willing, I can be yours anytime. That wouldn't be a lie. Looking at the beautiful woman in front of him, Luo Feng quickly turned his head and silently reminded himself not to look. He asked Song Joyce what she wanted to do. At this moment, Song Joyce gently said, Luo Feng, I just want to fulfill my grandma's wish. Can you help me? In Luo Feng's puzzled gaze, Song Joyce explained that she has been eager to find a great-grandson-in-law for me. Next week is her 100th birthday celebration. You should come back with me and make the old lady happy. Luo Feng asked, are you asking me to pretend to be your boyfriend? Song Joyce touched the hair near her ears and said, yes. Otherwise, she will definitely arrange for someone from another village to marry me. We have been living together for so long. Can you bear to watch me marry a stranger? Luo Feng listened in silence for a while and then said, Indeed, it's quite bad. All right then, I'll help you. To Luo Feng's surprise, Song Joyce actually kissed him on the face at that moment and softly said, You're the best. Goodbye Luo Feng, never to be seen again. For the survival of the family, she finally made the decision to leave this place that carries dreams. Jun Lianmeng frequently raises his glass, as if intentionally trying to get himself drunk. Luo Feng can only advise Jun Lianmeng to drink less. In Luo Feng's puzzled gaze, Jun Lianmeng slowly approached him. To Luo Feng's even greater surprise, Jun Lianmeng actually threw himself into his arms. Luo Feng, caught off guard, directly lay on the sofa. Jun Lianmeng raised his arms. Luo Feng, tell me, what am I to you? Looking at the beauty in front of him, Luo Feng couldn't help but blush. You are my roommate who shares the rent with me. The most beautiful teacher Jun in the world. Looking at the smiling and joking Luo Feng, Jun Lianmeng was speechless for a moment. Then she covered Luo Feng's eyes immediately and asked, Do you know who you are to me? Then she slowly knelt down and said, You are the most special person to me. Luo Feng, unable to bear it, withdrew his body from under Jun Lianmeng's hips. I'll leave first, Teacher Jun. You've had quite a bit of alcohol. You should rest first. Looking at Jun Lianmeng's resentful eyes and those furrowed brows, Luo Feng asked again, Teacher Jun, nothing really happened, right? Jun from the Lianmeng, who had been seen through, lowered his head. Why are you, a student, worrying about the teacher's affairs? Go back and rest. Jun from the Lianmeng remained silent. Luo Feng had no choice but to turn around and leave. The Jun from Lianmeng behind him looked affectionately at Luo Feng's back, feeling deeply reluctant in his heart. Luo Feng, who closed the door casually. I always feel that something is wrong. It's as if she is bidding me farewell. I can only find another chance to ask her tomorrow. Inside the room, Jun Lianmeng looked at the night sky outside the window. Luo Feng bid farewell tonight. Perhaps we will never meet again. The next morning, the moment Luo Feng opened the door, Song Joyce called out to him anxiously. Wait for me. I'll go to school with you. Luo Feng stated that he has something to attend to first. Let's go together next time. Song Joyce hummed. What a fool. I wanted to walk with him to school, flaunt our love, and declare our sovereignty. Luo Feng arrived at the residence of Jun Alliance. Confused, Sister Lan arrived here today. Sister Lan led Luo Feng to the door of Jun Lianmeng's room, indicating that Jun Lianmeng had already left. Looking at the empty room in front of them, Luo Feng asked Sister Lan where she had gone. Sister Lan handed an envelope to Luo Feng. She only said that she needed to take care of personal matters. This is what she left for you. Upon opening the envelope, Luo Feng's expression turned solemn. Luo Feng, when you come to find me, I'll already be powerful. You will inevitably try to inquire about my affairs, but I don't want you to get involved. This concerns my family and Holy Flower's palace, a fate I must face. If we are fortunate, we will meet again. If we never meet again, I hope you'll always remember Teacher Jun.
Signed Jun Lianmeng.
It seems trouble has indeed arisen. Holy Flower's palace is one of the 5 factions? How is Teacher Jun connected to Holy Flower's palace? I must figure out what's going on, because I have a bad feeling about this. Self-proclaimed as the 3 teachings and 5 factions, secretly engaging in unknown activities. Learning of Jun Lianmeng's departure is related to Holy Flower's palace. Luo Feng turned around and ran out the door. After arriving at the school, Lu Yueme was surprised to learn that Teacher Jun had left. Luo Feng explained that her departure seemed to be related to one of the 5 factions, Holy Flower's palace. I suspect you may know something about the situation. Lu Yueme was surprised after hearing this. Holy Flower's palace. Could it be that Teacher Jun and I are chosen ones as well? Luo Feng was very puzzled after hearing this. Lu Yueme took a deep breath and said, Luo Feng said, Teacher Jun doesn't want you to get involved, which is correct. She was chosen by the Holy Flower's palace to go to the Heaven and Earth arena, and that was also the reason I left home 7 years ago. Luo Feng's expression turned serious. He gestured for Lu Yueme to continue speaking. The Heaven and Earth arena opens every 5 years and is the most coveted place for kung fu fighters. At that time, there will be experts from the 3 teachings present, selecting talents from all over. The chosen genius can enter the 3 teachings. Once admitted to the 3 teachings, the future is boundless. Luo Feng was very puzzled after listening. This sounds like a good thing, right? Lu Yueme continued. That is the bright side of Heaven and Earth arena shown to the geniuses. However, they also have a dark side. For example, Teacher Jun and people like me. We were chosen by the 5 factions to participate in the Heaven and Earth arena not for our talent, but for our appearance. Luo Feng's eyes turned serious upon hearing this. If we are noticed by strong individuals from the 3 teachings, we will be brought back to become their follower or companion. To put it more bluntly, it means becoming their breeding tool. This is an unwritten rule called the presentation of concubines, because disciples of the three teachings, especially the core descendants, are not allowed to leave even half a step without permission. So many disciples of the three teachings will seek their partners in the heaven and earth arena. I was chosen by the elder team back then. In order to escape this fate, I gave up everything and wandered for 7 years. Luo Feng is very angry at this moment. How could the Grand Three Teachings' 5 factions join forces to do such a thing? Even the free and unfettered faction is willing to sacrifice its heir? Lu Yueme explained that if one is chosen, their family will receive the blessing of the three teachings. Therefore, the 5 factions are searching everywhere for outstanding women, including girls within the sect. This rule has been in place for several years, and no one can resist it. Luo Feng's brows furrowed deeply with anxiety. Being taken to the heaven and earth arena is definitely not the fate Teacher Jun wants. I must go and save her. Immediately, Lu Yu asked where the heaven and earth arena is located. Lu Yueme replied, the heaven and earth arena does not have a fixed location or opening time. It only appears when it is time. Talented individuals from the three teachings will guide the way to various sections. You're not thinking of going to the heaven and earth arena, are you? Luo Feng asked, if I want to go, how can I participate? Lu Yueme exclaimed, don't be silly. That's the territory of the three teachings. Only those qualified from the 5 factions' 9 sects, and some individuals appointed by the three teachings without a sect can go. Don't even think about barging in. 9 sects? Luo Feng seemed to see hope. Besides those from the 5 factions' 9 sects, can others also enter the heaven and earth arena? Lu Yueme was surprised by Luo Feng's words. Yes, masters from the 9 sects and some guardian elders can enter the heaven and earth arena. What's wrong? After listening, Luo Feng was about to turn around and leave. He couldn't help feeling emotional. Never did I expect that one day I would actively seek the position of master in the ancient medical sect. Watching Luo Feng's departing back, Lu Yueme could only pray that Luo Feng wouldn't act recklessly. Inside the ancient medical sect, Luo Feng hurriedly found Jiang Snowy, indicating that he has made up his mind. Wants to inherit the position of master of the ancient medical sect. Luo Feng's words caught Jiang Snowy by surprise. Inheriting the position? Haven't you always been very opposed to this idea? Luo Feng explained, that was when I was not mature. Being able to become a master of such a sacred sect, saving lives and helping the wounded, is considered an honor. It is something to be very proud of. Jiang Snowy thought to herself, this guy must have other reasons, but as long as he is willing to become a master, it's good. Then she said, but this matter will take time. My father sent back a message before. The current situation within the sect is not favorable for you. I will notify you to come back when there is a chance. Luo Feng anxiously said, I don't have much time left. Pass on a message for me. I must become a master of the ancient medical sect before the opening of the heaven and earth arena. Hearing that Luo Feng is going to participate in the heaven and earth arena, Jiang Snowy is very surprised. Luo Feng's brows furrowed. I can't explain it for now. I must participate in this heaven and earth arena. Please. Jiang Snowy said she will inform her father. You can rest assured and wait for my message. Luo Feng returned to his residence. If I am unable to inherit the master in time, it will be troublesome. I need to come up with a backup plan. Just at that moment, Song Joyce walked out of the room. Luo Feng, you're back. Let's go shopping together. Luo Feng scratched his head. Go shopping? Song Joyce stepped forward and patted Luo Feng's arm. Yes. Next week is my great-grandmother's 100th birthday celebration. You should attend as her grandson-in-law. You can't go empty-handed, right? Luo Feng suddenly realized. It turns out he was going to buy a birthday gift. Let's go then. He thought that the elderly lady from the Song family should have a certain reputation in the kung fu fighter world. Maybe she is also eligible to receive an invitation from the three teachings. The two arrived at the antique market. Luo Feng, covered in packages, thought to himself, I bought so many cosmetics. It's finally time to get down to business. Song Joyce gave Luo Feng a piece of advice. She said, my great-grandmother loves poisons and antiques the most, so antiques would be your best choice. Here is the largest antique market in Yangcheng City. Maybe you can find some treasures there. Luo Feng pondered for a moment. How could I be so lucky? Does she think I have a cheat code or something? The shouting of the vendors on both sides continued. The urinal of Kangxi Emperor. The sword of Genghis Khan. The whip used by the Hongwu Emperor on a bull back in the day. And then suddenly, Song Joyce noticed a jade pillow on a stall. Upon closer inspection, it was actually priced at 20,000. However, under the bargaining of the beautiful Song Joyce, the boss had to give her a discount. Luo Feng thought to himself, this beauty is surprisingly straightforward in bargaining. Suddenly, Luo Feng's gaze focused. He noticed a wooden box on the stall that looked good. The boss hurriedly said, brother, you have a good eye. This box is a good item, and inside there is a precious fossil. Let's round it up to 500 yuan. Luo Feng stepped forward and opened the wooden box. Inside, there was indeed a stone. But it made Luo Feng swear. Did you pick up this stone by the river? Stop fooling me here. Then he immediately pulled Song Joyce and left. If you don't give me this little thing, we won't buy the jade pillow. The boss became anxious. Brother, don't go. Since we have a good fate, I'll give this thing to you. Luo Feng picked up the jade pillow and wooden box, glanced at the boss and said, this will do. Before Luo Feng left, the boss told him, brother, this stone was really something I picked up by the river. When I first found it, it used to glow. Today, seeing you connected to this stone, I'm giving it to you. Please treasure it. Luo Feng closed his eyes and walked forward. You can keep making up stories. I won't believe it anyway. Back at their residence, Song Joyce looked at Luo Feng and said, other than that piece of broken stone, you didn't buy anything today. I guess you'll have to continue shopping with me next time. Luo Feng lay down on the sofa and said, didn't I buy a jade stone pillow? Just give that as a gift. Song Joyce suddenly pounced in front of Luo Feng and said, no, that was the one I picked. Giving that is not sincere enough. Luo Feng felt embarrassed and thought, you just want me to be your mover, don't you? And at this moment, a faint red light emerged from the cracks of the wooden box on the table, then slowly dissipated and disappeared. Inside the skeleton abyss, Zhang Purple kneels behind a man. Father, the mission failed. Purple is willing to accept punishment. The man listened without turning his head. What has happened? This old man actually dares to challenge the military king Luo Feng, simply asking for a beating when full. Zhang Purple knelt on one knee. He had no sect and no internal power. Yet he defeated the crowd of the Assembly of Warlords and severely injured Ein Fifth Girl. After hearing this, Zhang Zhongtian muttered to himself, Kung Fu fighter defeated Luo Feng? He immediately said, this is somewhat absurd. Send someone to investigate his background first. This kid has disrupted our plans. We must get rid of him. After Zhang Purple responded with an acknowledgement, he inquired about what to do with the matter regarding Zhang's family's daughter. They wouldn't really have any connection with the evil Blade Jing too, right? Zhang Zhongtian said, I'm not sure either. I don't know much about evil Blade Jing Tuesday. We shouldn't offend him for now. Let's put this matter aside for the time being. The most important thing now is the plan to eradicate the sects. The 3 Abyss factions are united, deploying many masters. At least half of the 9 sects must be eliminated. Your punishment is postponed this time. Your task now is to track down the location of the headquarters of the 9 sects. Skeleton Abyss. It's time to reorganize the Kung Fu fighter world. At the school gate, Qian Ilian greeted Luo Feng as she walked over. Surprisingly, Luo Feng, who had never had internal power, has reached the level of apparent power level 1. Luo Feng chuckled. Qian is really amazing. I can't believe you found out. This is my true level. Qian Ilian looked disdainful. Stop it. Apparent power level 1 could stir up trouble in the Assembly of Warlords? You're just pretending to be weak to deceive others. Senior Dongfang will see you in a moment. Luo Feng's brows furrowed. Senior Dongfang? I've said it. I will not join Xinyuan Pavilion. Qian Ilian pulled Luo Feng towards the car. I know. He wants to see you in a personal capacity. Please go there for my sake. Luo Feng thought to himself, what does this Senior Dongfang want to do in the end? Yangchang City Botanical Garden. Qian Ilian greeted an elderly person. Senior Dongfang, Brother Jianan. I brought Luo Feng with me. Dongfang nodded lightly. Jianan is obviously a suitor of Qian Ilian. He happily called out, Sister Ilian. Then he immediately turned his gaze to Luo Feng. This guy is just an apparent power level 1 teacher. Why are you in such a hurry to see him? At this moment, Dongfang asked Qian Ilian and Jianan to leave first. He wanted to have a private chat with Luo Feng. Jianan seems a bit unwilling. Why would a mere apparent power level 1 teacher show such respect towards him? Dongfang looked towards Luo Feng and formally introduced, Mr. Luo Feng, I am Dongfang Yunxiao. Nice to meet you. Luo Feng politely waved his hand. No need for such courtesy. I have long admired the name of Senior Dongfang. Suddenly, Dongfang Yunxiao's eyes became serious. Mr. Luo Feng, I know your true identity. A sword shining in the world, the king descending upon the realm. Demon Luo has no match. Rakshasa Ryu's hellfire burns the sky. Luo Feng was suddenly taken aback upon hearing this. However, the following question from Dongfang Yunxiao instantly relaxed him. May I ask Mr. Luo Feng what his codename is? Luo Feng spread out his arms. Senior Dongfang was joking. I'm just an ordinary student. Where would I get a codename? He thought that Dongfang knew I was from Hell Team, but he didn't know who I was. Dongfang Yunxiao noticed that Luo Feng was unwilling to reveal his identity. He then said, all right, let's have a duel. If I win, you'll tell me your real identity. If I don't win, I won't ask about your identity anymore. How about that? Unexpectedly, Luo Feng readily agreed. All right then, let's make it quick. Dongfang Yunxiao replied. Dongfang Yunxiao immediately assumed a stance. Mr. Luo Feng, I will do my best, he said. Immediately, a fireball in his hand began to emit a gentle red light. However, his attack posed absolutely no threat to Luo Feng. He easily dodged it. Dongfang Yunxiao was surprised. He indeed hid his true strength. If his apparent power level 1, it would be impossible to dodge my attack. Dongfang Yunxiao did not dare to be negligent. His momentum rose steadily. Streams of golden energy kept attacking Luo Feng without stopping. This man actually sent the poison needles flying with his bare hands. Dongfang Yunxiao suddenly leaped up and unleashed a barrage of palm strikes in the sky. Luo Feng, who easily dodged afterwards, feel that it's boring to waste time like this. Face Dongfang Yunxiao's palm directly with leopard-style boxing. After the collision of the palm head and the fist, a deafening sound rang out. The whole forest seemed to shake. Then, Dongfang Yunxiao was seen with his limbs scattered, crashing into a big tree. Luo Feng stood in front of him with an indifferent expression. Dongfang Yunxiao lost cleanly and decisively. However, there was not a trace of discouragement in his eyes. On the contrary, there was a hint of fervor. He truly lives up to being a member of Hell Team. I admit defeat, but I still hope that Mr. Luo Feng can join Xinyuan Pavilion in any capacity. Luo Feng walked slowly towards the exit. Since you didn't win against me, why should I listen to you? I asked Senior Dongfang to keep our competition a secret. Qian Elian asked urgently what had just happened. Luo Feng smiled slightly. It's nothing. Senior Dongfang was trying to recruit me. He just performed a spectacular skill of crushing a stone with his chest. It was really amazing. Can we change the topic, please? Dongfang Yunxiao was almost in tears of frustration. He could only nod awkwardly in agreement with Luo Feng. Xiao Jianan frowned. How could a mere apparent power level 1 teacher think of recruiting him? Qian Elian angrily shouted after hearing this. Luo Feng is by no means just an apparent power level 1. He is very strong. Xiao Jianan was left speechless by his remarks. He then greeted Dongfang Yunxiao and left with Luo Feng. Xiao Jianan thinks Luo Feng does not know what's good for him, while Dongfang Yunxiao warns him not to talk nonsense, stating that Luo Feng is a talent that Xinyuan Pavilion must strive to obtain. Xiao Jianan felt a surge of crisis in his heart. The teacher is unexpectedly so biased towards that kid. Additionally, he also wants to seduce my junior sister apprentice. In the future, I must find an opportunity to show him who's boss. Yi Xingchen heard that his big brother wants to help him deal with Luo Feng. Yi Tiger said, I heard about what happened to you. We, the Yes family, cannot tolerate this kind of humiliation. Yi Xingchen immediately felt a bit hesitant. Big brother, what should we do? Even Hao Dade was defeated by him. Yi Tiger's eyes were filled with a fierce light. That Luo Feng has some skills. We need to deal with him. We must make sure he dies. So this time, I've spent a lot of money to hire the overseas mercenary group, the Shadows. Upon hearing this, Yi Xingchen stood up from the sofa in shock. Mercenaries? Yi Tiger's gaze turned cold. They are all powerful and can easily crush Hao Dade. Extremely ruthless desperados. They will surely kill Luo Feng and bring the woman you desire over. Before she knew it, several poison needles appeared behind her. Suddenly, Song Aiying swung her arm, and several silver needles flashed, shooting towards the man at extreme speed. However, the man casually raised his arm, and with a few clangs, all the poisonous needles were blocked. Such a lovely beauty. She was actually brutally beaten by a man. It's simply outrageous. Song Aiying instantly shot out countless poisonous needles. The man casually blocked them. Song Aiying was surprised. His gloves are strange. They can actually block my poison darts. The man no longer hesitated. In an instant, his killing intent spread out. The locked-on Song Aiying's expression changed instantly. The next second, the man's iron fist hit Song Aiying's abdomen hard. The powerful impact carried Song Aiying's body, knocking over the table of delicious dishes directly. There is a huge disparity in strength between them, causing Song Aiying to faint directly. The man lifted Song Aiying and casually threw a piece of paper. He walked out. Luo Feng returned to his residence and found the door lock broken. He also saw food scattered on the ground. In an instant, he felt that something bad was about to happen. He picked up the piece of paper on the ground. It confirmed his suspicion even more, because the paper clearly read, Save this woman. Oituokloki. Abandoned factory on the 16th in the outskirts of Yangcheng City. We won't wait after the time is up. Inside the abandoned factory. Yi Xingchen with a briefcase. Are they mercenaries hired by the Shadows? I am Yi Xingchen. Miro's kin glanced at Yi Xingchen. Are you the younger brother of Yes family? What's up? Are you here to inspect the body? Yi Xingchen behaved very respectfully. Captain Miro Kin, I have brought the remaining payment. As long as the task is completed, payment will be made immediately. Yi said, "You've come at just the right time. The real show is just about to begin. Bring the person up." As soon as the words fell, Von Booth appeared in front of everyone with Song Aiying. Something unexpected for Song Aiying. All of this turned out to be Yi Xingchen's doing. Yi Xingchen stepped forward, saying to Ying, "Don't be afraid. I won't hurt you." Song Aiying dodged Yi Xingchen's claws. "Don't touch me. Are these people you brought here? What exactly do you want?" Yi Xingchen's expression changed instantly. "Ying, I invited you to watch a good show. Watch how I defeat Luo Feng." Hearing Luo Feng's name, Song Aiying was startled. At the same time, Von Booth on the side also noticed this name. Walked up to Mirokin and asked for a copy of Luo Feng's file. Then walked to a place where no one was around. Sent Luo Feng's information to a person he referred to as leader. Inside a luxurious villa in Yangcheng City, a red-haired man is interrogating someone who caused trouble on his territory. Suddenly, a ringing phone, causing quite some discontent in his heart. But when he saw the message on the phone, the handgun in his hand dropped onto the ground with a clatter. Then he cursed with a swear word. It was actually him. Quick look. Who is trying to bully the Song Aiying factory? After Von Booth received instructions, he walked slowly towards the factory. Yi Xingchen asked Mirokin if everything was ready. "I must have Luo Feng's life." Mirokin said, "We left a note. If that kid dares not to come, we'll send someone to bring him here." Song Aiying was shocked to hear this.
Ye Wingchen.
"How could you use me to threaten Luo Feng? Are you crazy?" Yi Xingchen stepped forward and grabbed Song Aiying's shoulder. "Yes, I want him dead. This is an abandoned chemical plant. I have already sent people to plant explosives. Once Luo Feng arrives, the mercenaries will kill him and cover up the evidence." Song Aiying was filled with shock. "What? You can't harm him. I won't let you do this." Yi Xingchen's expression became crazed. "Ying, I love you so much. Why do you only like Luo Feng? Since you love him so much, I will kill him in front of you." Immediately, he tore open Song Aiying's clothes on her chest. "I am the one who can have you. He can't do anything." Song Aiying was scared by Yi Xingchen's actions.
Ye Wingchen.
"You jerk, don't touch me," shouting out in despair Luo Feng's name. Just then, bang bang bang, a few sounds rang out. 3 mercenaries were directly sent flying. Yi Xingchen, Mirokin, and Von Booth were all surprised at the same time. A little minion ran in. The target appeared. Someone is coming. At the same time, Luo Feng also appeared at the entrance of the factory. Unexpectedly, they are a group of mercenaries. No wonder they are so resilient in the fight. Song Aiying exclaimed, "Luo Feng, don't come over. It's a trap here." Yi Xingchen looked slightly pleased and said, "Luo Feng, you kid are really brave." Luo Feng's eyes narrowed.
Ye Wingchen.
"So it's you. What did you do to Song Aiying? Release her immediately."
Ye Wingchen chocolate.
"Luo Feng, you should be worried about yourself. Today is your deadline." Captain Mirokin. "Attack." Captain Mirokin immediately pointed towards Luo Feng's brothers. "Charge. Stay alive." Shortly after, a group of mercenaries surrounded Luo Feng. Luo Feng's eyes blazed like flames. "Let me show you what will happen to those who lay a hand on me." Immediately his figure flashed, and before the henchmen could react, a series of iron fists had already greeted them in the face. Luo Feng's strength surprised Mirokin. This guy is so powerful. Just saw Luo Feng whooshed, speeding towards Song Aiying. And at this moment, Yi Xingchen pointed the gun at Song Aiying's head, looking fierce. "Luo Feng, if you move, I will kill Song Aiying." Luo Feng's figure suddenly stopped. A small thug saw the situation and stepped forward, giving Luo Feng a punch. Immediately, several guns were aimed at Luo Feng. Seeing Luo Feng being captured, Yi Xingchen appeared extremely excited. Luo Feng glared at Yi Xingchen. "You are a Confucian scholar who only knows how to use women as shields." Yi Xingchen doesn't care at all. "Luo Feng, don't get worked up. I won't kill you now. I just want you to witness Song Aiying becoming my woman before you die." The evil claws slowly reached out towards Song Aiying's chest. Song Aiying weakly rebuked, "Yi Xingchen, don't touch me. You will come to no good end." Luo Feng is furious at this moment.
Ye Wingchen.
"You beast." The henchmen all looked lecherous. "This is bad. This time we're in for a real treat. This girl is really something. I wonder if we'll get a share." Why did Von Booth point the gun at his own leader? To prevent Song Aiying from falling into the hands of these scoundrels, Luo Feng decided to take a risk. Immediately, he struck out at the nearest lackey in an instant. After kicking the lackey flying, he snatched the gun from the lackey's hand. Then he aimed at Yi Xingchen and said, "If you touch her again, I will kill you." Yi Xingchen is fearless. "Luo Feng, there are so many guns pointing at you. Do you think you can survive after shooting?" Luo Feng stared closely at Yi Xingchen, daring to gamble with me. "Who will survive?" You or me? Miro, Ken on the side shouted, shoot! Break this kid's legs. However, at this moment, a handgun was pressed against the back of his head. Captain, if you don't want to die, behave yourself. Von Booth immediately grabbed Miro, Ken by the neck. Everyone, if you don't want the captain's head blown off, put down your guns. Miro, Ken looked incredulous. Von Booth, what are you doing?
Von Booth replied calmly, Betrayal.
Luo Feng is not someone you can mess with.
Miros Ken shouted angrily, Von Booth.
Are you crazy? How dare you betray us?
Ye Wingchan shouted Lude.
What on earth are you guys up to? At that moment, Luo Feng moved. He decisively pulled the trigger. The bullet went through Yi Xingchen's shoulder in an instant. The sudden pain made him let go of Song Aiying. Luo Feng quickly stepped forward and held Song Aiying in his arms. He kicked Yi Xingchen away. Luo Feng looked apologetically at Song Aiying and said, I'm sorry. I made you suffer. Song Aiying looked up at the tall man and said, Luo Feng, I knew you would come to save me. Murokin asked Von Booth, why did you do this? Von Booth replied, because when the Sanzu River turns its palm upward, it's sunny. When it turns its palm downward, it's rainy. Feng's words made Luo Feng's eyes light up. Murokin felt a slight tightening in his heart. Sanzu River, you are a mercenary hired by Sanzu River. The followers were also discussing it one after another. Sanzu River's mercenary. It was established just 1 year ago and has swept through the Middle East region. It is an extremely powerful mercenary force that has never been defeated. Von Booth looked slowly at Luo Feng and said, I am here to help you on the order of the captain of the Sanzu River mercenary. Luo Feng seemed to have guessed who it was. The captain? Palms up, it's sunny. Palms down, it's rainy. Rampaging leopard.
Von Booth nodded.
Yes, he has been waiting for you. Murokin took the opportunity while the two were talking. He broke free in an instant and ran forward. Fire the gun. Kill them. However, Murokin's life was also frozen in that second, because Fengbu had already pulled the trigger behind him. Yi Xingchen saw the situation and hurriedly shouted, quick, kill them to avenge your captain. Additionally, whoever kills Luo Feng will receive 10 times the reward from Ye's family. In an instant, the henchmen aimed all their guns at the 3 people. Luo Feng comforted Song Aiying, don't be afraid, because he felt it. At Yi Xingchen's command, the muzzle shot like a fire snake. However, the ones who fell were not the 3 of Luo Feng. A sudden change occurred. Yi Xingchen's mouth dropped open in shock. He is 1.90 meters tall with a sturdy build, a man with a mane of red hair like a lion king. In front of Luo Feng, he actually looked like a simp. At this moment, inside the factory, the Shadow's mercenaries and Ye's family's bodyguards have all been wiped out. Luo Feng is protecting Song Aiying, trying his best to prevent her from seeing such a tragic scene. Just then, a bold and unrestrained laughter rang out. A man with a sturdy stature and a head full of red hair strolled over. Von Booth saw this man and excitedly reported to the leader that the mission was completed. The man generously praised. Brothers, well done. Immediately he strode swiftly towards Luo Feng. Leader, Rampaging Leopard reporting for duty. The sudden appearance of Rampaging Leopard shocked Song Aiying. Rampaging Leopard suddenly approached Luo Feng closely. Luo Feng hurriedly reached out to block his big face. Don't come any closer. You scared my classmate. In that instant, Rampaging Leopard completely overturned the worldview of Von Booth and others. WTF? Known for his arrogance, the leader referred to as the god of death in the Middle East, how did he become like this? On the side, Song Aiying was also looking dumbfounded. A year ago, the Sanzu River mercenaries emerged out of nowhere, achieving unparalleled magnificent military achievements at the world's fastest speed, and quickly became the top mercenary group in the Middle East. The leader of the Sanzu River mercenaries. They have also stirred up a storm of bloodshed in the Middle East region. It has become known throughout the industry, a terrifying death god that makes people's faces change color upon hearing about it. He is the symbolic figure of the entire Sanzu River army. He is the nightmare of the Middle East mercenaries. And Luo Feng also listened with a stunned expression. Rampaging Leopard, are you that powerful? In the end, Rampaging Leopard unexpectedly squatted down cutely. How could a leader be so powerful? But I am honored to receive your praise, leader. Von Booth and the others felt like they were hit by an 80,000 critical strike. How can this be the war god of Sanzu River? Clearly just a simp. I didn't expect Luo Feng, as mentioned by the leader, to be so young. The soldiers of the Sanzu River are talking about it. It is said that he is even stronger than the leader. And their organization has other members, all of them very terrifying. Song Aiying looked at the 2 of them in shock. There is actually such a force behind Luo Feng. How many secrets has he been hiding? The Sanzu River army then pressed Yi Xingchen up. This is the employer of the Shadow's army this time. It is him who wants to buy the life of big brother Luo Feng. Rampaging Leopard stepped forward with anger in his eyes. You bastard! How dare you? I'm going to kill you. Luo Feng reached out to block Rampaging Leopard. Rampaging Leopard bowed and said, Please, Chief. Luo Feng walked up to Yi Xingchen. A fierce iron fist struck out. This punch is for classmate Song. Don't worry. I will spare your life. Let you bear the reputation of a failed stray dog and secretly live in the world. This is the greatest torment for you. At this moment, Yi Xingchen feels that Luo Feng is like a monster, but he is powerless. Luo Feng turned around and ordered Rampaging Leopard to disable him, then throw him out of the factory. After our people leave, detonate the bomb to thoroughly clean up the scene. Rampaging Leopard, who had been itching for a fight, threw a punch. Damn it, how dare you mess with my boss? Another iron fist landed on Yi Xingchen's face. Teeth shattered and flew everywhere. The fallen Yi Xingchen finally passed out with a piercing scream. This was because Rampaging Leopard's final kick landed viciously on his groin. Luo Feng pulled Song Aiying up and walked her outside. Don't look, Song. This is the fate he deserves. Song Aiying gazed foolishly at the man in front of her. She had never seen Luo Feng so cold and ruthless, like a lord of hell. Walking out of the factory, Luo Feng comforted Song Aiying. I'll have someone take you back first. Leave this place to me and Rampaging Leopard. Song Aiying looked back at Luo Feng with a complicated expression. No matter what, she thought, Luo Feng sacrificed himself to save me today. Such a strong and reassuring man. I am determined to follow him. Song Aiying stepped forward and held onto Luo Feng's arm. In order to repay him for saving her life, she was prepared to show her gratitude with her body. As a result, the steel straight man actually ran away in a flash. After everything was over, Rampaging Leopard dragged Yi Xingchen out like a dead dog. The two who had not seen each other for a long time leaned against the wall. Rampaging Leopard, how did you know I was here? The rough Rampaging Leopard grinned widely, revealing a cute tiger tooth. It's not just the boss's knack for attracting hatred. Apparently, our enemies have hired the shadows as well. We are competitors. I planted Von Booth as a spy, ready to take them down in one fell swoop. Their entry this time is the perfect opportunity. I will return to the country with my subordinates and take the opportunity to expand our domestic business. Unexpectedly, I received news from the boss because of this. I rushed over immediately. Luo Feng said after listening, Yi Xingchen is really out of luck. It seems that our brothers are destined to reunite. Suddenly, there was an explosion not far away, accompanied by a towering blaze. Rampaging Leopard smiled gallantly. Boss, this explosion is the gift of return I, Rampaging Leopard, offer to you. Boss, the brothers are all waiting for you. Waiting for Demon Luo's return. Luo Feng's eyes narrowed. Demon Luo? He died a year ago. Rampaging Leopard shouted out.
No.
Boss, it was Rakshasa Ryu who died. Luo Feng's expression suddenly changed. Then he looked into the distant sky and fell into memories. A sword shone brightly in the world. The king descended, and Demon Luo had no opponents in the world. Rakshasa Ryu, hell's blood and fire, burned the sky. Silver hook, iron hairpin judge. Every step sent chills down the spine. Iron skin, flipping the palm is clouds, turning over the palm is a rainy day. Rampaging Leopard shook the earth, smile blood evil. Frozen ice for miles, coagulate blade changes in an instant, black death messenger. Rampaging Leopard interrupted Luo Feng's thoughts. Boss, Rakshasa Ryu's sister is dead, but we are all still alive. Hell team, we live and die together. Please don't abandon us again. Let's avenge her together. Luo Feng turned to look at Rampaging Leopard. Reaching out a hand. Give me a little more time. I still owe her a promise. After the promise is fulfilled, maybe I will call the Hell team again. Can you wait for me? Rampaging Leopard reached out to hold Luo Feng's hand. Boss, I will wait for you. The brothers will all wait for you. Gazing at the raging fire in the sky, only with Rakshasa Ryu by my side, will I fulfill the promise of Demon Luo. I will also spare no effort to let you be reborn. Late at night, after Luo Feng got off the car, he said, next time, I will invite Judge and Iron Skin to not get drunk and not go home together. Rampaging Leopard laughed heartily and said, okay, I kind of miss those two bastards. He quickly turned serious and said, Boss, whenever you need me, I'll be there at your call. Sanzu River mercenaries are at your service. After parting ways with Rampaging Leopard, Luo Feng walked slowly upstairs, quietly opened the door. Song Aiying was lying on the sofa waiting for him. Luo Feng suddenly felt a little nervous. Student Song, why are you sleeping here? Why don't you go back to your room? Song Aiying looked at Luo Feng with clear eyes. I am waiting for you. Thank you for saving me earlier. Luo Feng smiled slightly. You're welcome. That's what I should do. I believe Yi Xingchen won't dare to approach you again in the future. Song Aiying's eyes carried a hint of worry. Will today's incident escalate? So many people died. What if the police? Luo Feng comforted, saying, don't worry. Rampaging Leopard is a group of professionals. They won't leave any loopholes. As for Ye's family hiring someone to kill me, they definitely wouldn't dare to leak any information. They also wouldn't dare to come looking for trouble again. Unexpectedly, Song Ai grabbed Luo Feng's arm after hearing that. Since you said that, I feel relieved. Luo Feng, you were amazing today. I want to repay you. You can ask for anything you want. Luo Feng instantly broke free from Song Ai and dashed into the room. Let's talk about this later. I'm a bit tired. You should rest early too. Song Ai's face was full of disappointment. This guy is really clueless. Just then, his phone rang in his pocket. After answering the call, it turned out to be the second elder brother. Joyce, our sister. Grandmother has sent a message, asking us to start our journey back tomorrow. After hanging up the phone, Song Ai secretly decided that after this return trip, she must make Luo Feng completely hers. Yangcheng City Hospital. Yi Xingqian was almost bound up like a rice dumpling with bandages. The doctor said that although his life was saved, it is very likely that he will no longer have male sexual function in the future. The doctor's words made Yi Tiger shudder inside. Luo Feng is indeed ruthless. Such a result is cruel even towards Yi Xingqian. Overwhelming hatred surged in his heart.
Ye Tiger suyor.
The pain suffered by his younger brother. Luo Feng must repay 1,000-fold. At this time, Luo Feng and the others are about to enter the southern Miao village. In the mountain pass ahead, various buildings stand tall and intertwine. Song Ai instructed Luo Feng that their faith is in the god Qiyu. Once inside, be sure not to show any disrespect. Luo Feng thought to himself, God Qiyu? I haven't heard of that before, but it should be fine, no problem should arise. Inside the Miao village, there is a lively scene with colorful lanterns and decorations. Song Ai said that a celebration for her great-grandmother's 100th birthday will be held, and the entire family will join in the celebration. Nearby villages and many friends will also come. The grandest day will be the day after tomorrow. Inside the Miao village hall, the return of the grandchildren greatly delighted the old lady. Luo Feng, who is Song Ai's boyfriend, appeared. Naturally, he also received a round of praise from everyone. After dinner, the old lady said, it's getting late. I'll take you to rest. Then she led the two people to the room that had been prepared in advance. The result surprised the two people because the old lady had only prepared one room and one bed. The old lady explained with a smile, Luo Feng will eventually become a member of our Miao village. I am very open-minded, but although you are young, please don't tire yourselves out. Song Ai has a face like a peach blossom. Grandmother's assist is really clever. While Luo Feng had a look of embarrassment, sweating profusely. The old lady Ji no longer disturbed the two of them. She closed the door casually when she went out. When Song Ai didn't know what to do, Luo Feng grabbed her hand. It means that the old lady Ji is still outside the door. This old lady is really gossip enough. She's even squatting at the corner outside the door. In order to dispel the old lady's suspicion, Luo Feng suggested that we should act more realistically. Then he put his arm around Song Ai's waist and said, you must be tired today. I'll be gentler. The old lady seems to be witnessing a good show that is about to start, and she no longer hesitated, secretly happy that her great-granddaughter was finally getting married. After sensing the old lady leaving, Luo Feng let out a long sigh of relief. Song Ai was worried that Grandma would come back to check, so she pulled Luo Feng and asked to sleep together. After thinking about it, Luo Feng agreed. I will keep my distance, he said. Song Ai tightly clenched her small fist in secret. Luo Feng got onto my bed. Be prepared to be eaten by me. When Luo Feng was changing clothes to prepare for sleep, Song Ai crawled slowly towards him. Xiaomu gazed at Luo Feng charmingly and smiled gracefully. You are my fiancé now. Don't you want to turn play acting into reality? Luo Feng cursed silently, fairy. He then flipped over and pinned Song Ai underneath him. Song, please don't make this kind of joke. Enough is enough. Don't worry. I will cooperate with you to keep it from your family. Go to sleep quickly. You have to get up early tomorrow. Song Ai looked resentful. Why is this guy so dull? Never mind. Can't be too impatient. Let him go for today. Then she leaned against Luo Feng, acting affectionate to avoid grandmother's scrutiny. At this moment, Song Ai's lips gradually curled into a satisfied smile inside the Miao tribe's hall. After the elderly lady learned about Luo Feng's situation from Song Ban, she stated that this young man has such strength despite his young age, and he is very mysterious. He must have an extraordinary background. Our Miao tribe village must do everything to facilitate this relationship. The next morning, there was a bustling crowd on the road up the mountain. Today, Luo Feng also put on the traditional costume of the Miao ethnic group. They are heading to the Qiyu temple together. Song Ai explains to Luo Feng. In the temple at the top of Qiyu mountain, there is an idol of Qiyu worshipped. It is the belief center of the southern Miao village. On important days, the whole village will go there to worship. The two walked slowly into the temple. An idol of Qiyu holding a sword stood inside the main hall. The villagers were all devoutly worshipping. Luo Feng was puzzled about why the temple was guarded so strictly. Could it be that someone was planning to steal the idol? At that moment, a scream came from outside the temple. Luo Feng turned his head and suddenly his expression froze. I saw a group of masked people rushing in. The guards, seeing the situation, held their sticks and stood ready. The masked individuals did not hesitate at all and charged directly towards the guards. Luo Feng really admires himself. The old crow's mouth is indeed effective, because the masked individuals repelled the guards. The target is heading straight for the Qiyu statue. The villagers in the village stood up when they saw the situation. They vowed to defend the statue to the death. Even the ordinary villagers were mercilessly killed by the masked men. Song Aiying wanted to stop them, but unfortunately her strength was not enough. And just at this moment, he made a move. Luo Feng, who could easily block the attack, surprising all the masked individuals. The cold light flashed in the eyes of the black-clothed person. The dagger in hand swiftly stabbed towards Luo Feng. The next second, the black-clothed person's expression changed suddenly, because the dagger in hand had already reached Luo Feng's hand. He was easily captured by Luo Feng's restraint hand. The whole process left him bewildered. The rest of the dark-clothed individuals' pupils all shrank. They all stabbed toward Luo Feng. Song Aiying shouted to the villagers to be careful when she saw the situation. However, all that Luo Feng left behind was a lingering shadow, and mocked the men in black for insisting on courting death in groups. Hearing the sound behind them, the men in black instantly felt a sense of crisis. Luo Feng casually arched his hand and saluted with closed fists and elbows simultaneously. He easily subdued the two of them. The last masked person shouted loudly, saying, "Go die." This kind of action of not abandoning teammates not only deserves a thumbs up, but also results in an additional kill statistic. So far, the mysterious black-clad individuals are all defeated by Luo Feng alone. The villagers, awakened by the shocking scene, quickly rushed forward to tie up all the black-clothed individuals. The black-clothed individuals looked up at Luo Feng and had never heard of such a powerful person in the southern Miao village. "Who are you?" The villagers were also surprised after hearing that, realizing that Luo Feng was so unfamiliar to them. Song Aiying hugged Luo Feng happily. "Everyone, he is my fiancé, Luo Feng." The villagers suddenly realized and praised Luo Feng enthusiastically. Luo Feng felt a bit embarrassed about it all. Just when the villagers were about to tie the thief back to the village, the person in black shouted angrily, "Qiyu will never bless the Miao village in the south." Then, the black-clothed men all spewed out a mouthful of blood. With admirable courage, they actually collectively took poison and committed suicide. Luo Feng thought to himself, "These people must have a remarkable background. I wonder what connection they have with the Miao ethnic village in the south." After returning to the village, the old lady determined that this group of bandits are from the Tianshui Miao ethnic village. Unfortunately, there is no evidence now. In order to protect the statue, Song's brothers were instructed to take turns guarding the temple. Luo Feng was very puzzled. What is the background of the Tianshui Miao village? Why do they want to steal the statue of Qiyu? Song Aiying showed concern. They are another Miao village that worships the god Qiyu. They have been wanting to take the position as the rightful descendants of our god Qiyu. In recent years, their power has grown significantly, leading to frequent provocations. Luo Feng expressed, "Could it be that the statue of Qiyu in the temple is a symbol of the rightful descendants?" Song Aiying replied, "That's right. Therefore, they will definitely not give up easily. Tomorrow is Grandma's birthday celebration. I am worried that they will cause trouble again." Luo Feng gave Song Aiying a reassuring look. "Don't worry. If they dare to come, I will make sure they regret it." Song Aiying affectionately held Luo Feng's arm. "You will definitely become the hero of the southern Miao village." Deep down, she added to herself, "and my husband." The sudden rise of the Tianshui Miao village. It turns out that standing behind them is the Blood Ice Abyss. Bloodware has instructed Lai Jiang to cancel the remaining operations. First, let Transform Fox pave the way for them. Lai Jiang is naturally aware of Transform Fox's methods. He then no longer lingered, turned around and left. Unexpectedly, Transform Fox had already quietly appeared. Bloodware said for you to go and take care of Luo Feng. Skeleton Abyss cannot avenge the grudge. We, Blood Ice Abyss, will avenge them. After receiving the order, Transform Fox's eyes instantly lit up. Bloodware grinned. As long as Luo Feng dies, the southern Miao tribe village will be finished. By then, the Miao tribe land area of hundreds of square miles will be a part of our Blood Ice Abyss. Outside the Qiyu temple, the security this time is extremely tight. Even the leader of the village is personally in charge. At this time, I inform the old leader that he has arrived. Song, who is very confused. I don't know why my father is here now. The old village chief said that a suspicious figure was spotted. Ask him to go and investigate together. After walking quite a distance, Songhu asked where the figure was. However, his father said something inexplicable, right in front of you. Songhu was suddenly startled. How did your voice change? Unfortunately, it was too late. He who had inhaled the poisonous gas. He fell flat on the ground. The so-called leader of the old stronghold took off the mask from his face, revealing his true appearance. Transform Fox ordered his subordinates to remove the clothes of the stronghold leader, indicating what would happen next. This is the real beginning of the good show. Everyone is in the hall of Song's family. At this moment, Transform Fox, disguised as the leader of the bandits, pushed open the door and walked in. Regarding the early return of his father, Song Ban was very puzzled. Transform Fox said there were no abnormalities in the village for now. I came back to report first. Transform Fox paid attention to the conversation among the people in the hall. It's about the wedding. The people in the village are looking forward to you truly becoming a member of the village. Through the conversation between the two people, Fox learned about Luo Feng's relationship with the Miao tribe. The palm slowly released the Tianxian elixir. Since you are all here, you might as well accompany me on the journey. The Tianxian elixir quietly pervades the entire hall. Song's eldest brother holds his hand to his forehead. He feels a little dizzy. Could it be because he stood for too long today? Big guy Song Ban also expresses the same. Song Aiing next to Luo Feng is even more serious. Even directly in a state of unconsciousness. The old lady exclaimed, "This is bad," and hurriedly started to disperse the poisonous gas. At this moment, Transform Fox stepped forward. There's no need to waste your effort. Unexpectedly, the southern Miao village was even weaker than I had imagined. Song's eldest brother recognized that his father's voice suddenly changed. He sternly asked, "Who are you?" Transform Fox let out a piercing sound and tore off the mask on his face. "I am the former kung fu fighter, the fallen one," he said. Luo Feng's gaze sharpened. Such a brilliant face-changing skill. The old lady naturally recognizes this person. He once used the face-changing skill to disguise himself as various martial arts experts to commit evil deeds. The demon Transform Fox who was condemned by the Wudang faction in the past. You should have been killed, but you were rescued by a mysterious force. I didn't expect you to show up here. Transform Fox also does not hide his intentions. Of course, it is for the Chiyu statue, and for Luo Feng's life. Luo Feng pretended to be poisoned when he saw the situation. I have never offended you. Who sent you? Fox crossed his arms. Let me make it clear for you. I am an ally of Skeleton Abyss, an assassin from Blood Ice Abyss. The elderly couple were shocked, their mouths gaping open. It turns out they are from the Seven Abysses evil sects. Luo Feng secretly speculated. Why would the Seven Abysses evil sects target the statue of Chiyu? Could there be other secrets in the Miao village? Just then, Transform Fox shouted, "Go to hell!" and suddenly attacked Luo Feng. The sky suddenly changed color. "Look out, little Feng!" With a bang. The old lady was shocked again. Because Luo Feng's palm was surrounded by electricity at this moment. Transform Fox was knocked back onto the wall to the side, causing cracks to appear. Transform Fox cursed under his breath. He fell heavily to the ground. Luo Feng said, "Once I get to a safe place, I will give you the antidote. This is your only choice." Luo Feng walked slowly over. "You are wrong, Transform Fox. I can still make you wish you were dead." First, he twisted one arm for a bit of interest. Then he stifled his throat. "I can break every bone in your body until you hand over the antidote." Transform Fox instantly felt that Luo Feng was like a demon. He hurriedly said, "I'll give you the antidote. The purple one, is it?" Luo Feng poured the purple pill into his palm. "If you dare to lie, I'll disable you right now," he said. The old lady stood up at this moment. "If it's fake, I, as this old lady, won't let you off the hook either." I saw the Transform Fox suddenly curl up and tremble all over. It turns out that it was cursed by the old lady's bloodthirsty curse. Transform Fox is in extreme pain at this moment. Threads of fresh blood slowly overflowed from the mouth. The old lady chuckled. "Our Miao village may not be able to break your Tianxian elixir, but you can't break my curse either. The bloodthirsty curse will feed on your blood until it sucks you dry." Luo Feng secretly appraised the old lady. She actually cast a curse on the Transform Fox while being poisoned. I didn't even notice.